Welcome to the heart of Sooner Nation, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. And if you aren't familiar with the saying, Boomer Sooner, you will be soon enough. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Sooners offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. The Sooners will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch at the 30. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Syracuse's offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense and everyone was right where they're supposed to be.
And he intercepts it. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Looking for a crease to the left. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Looking to scramble. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! The Sooner scooter doesn't have a tight turning radius, but it can rev up the Oklahoma crowd, David.
Man, get them started, get them going early, test the limits, get in the end zone, get these people going bananas, just safely. You know, go bananas, go crazy, but, you know, don't do too much and don't fall over in your seats.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. He'll come out throwing on first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Touchdown, Cuse. What a catch and run for 6. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knock it right down the middle. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make?
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. A play-action fake seems simple, but there are some intricacies for the quarterback.
Reese, you're right. The danger for a quarterback in play-action is that you're turning your back to the defense when you're trying to execute the play fake to the running back. So you have no idea what's happening behind you, and you have no presence for where that rush is coming.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
It's a really nice job making the play. You think about all the success they've had with Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray in recent years, but a big reason why those guys had success was they had big-time players on the perimeter getting open and making plays, too. It wasn't just all the quarterback position. They brought in some big-time recruits from high school at the receiver spot. This guy is no different. He has a chance to be the next great Sooner receiver.
He's looking for an open man on second down. He's going up top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The Sooners in the hurry-up.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes a catch. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll do it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Well, they go back to the option play. Now, this is the second time, Pollock, this QB has scored running this scheme offensively.
Yeah, and as a defense, you got to understand when you're playing the option, it's responsibility football. I got to stop my assignment. I can't get caught in somebody else's business. You can tell this defense not really ready for this quarterback run game. They better figure it out, or it's going to be a long game.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Sharp. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. And here comes the offense on second down. Going with the ground game left. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. He's off to the races. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Orange. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's good.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
A loss of 5 yards on the play.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Wide out in motion. looking to throw on second down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Sooners will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner will be dragged down. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Got his man quickly. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Makes his man miss. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Pressure coming. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Splits the uprights. Good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll try the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The play action fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. They'll pick up the 1st down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. A new set of downs after the completion. Give to the running back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And as a defense, you're going to give up plays, and receivers are going to make nice catches, but it's your job to limit the damage. Great job by the defense. As soon as he catches the football, they get him on the ground. Don't allow any of those big plays after the catch.
He's got enough to give Syracuse the 1st down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. On the ground, it's Levis. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll go to the counter. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down moment.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Moves away as he feels pressure. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Quarterback checking off. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man on the right. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Fires it. He's got it. Touchdown, Syracuse. Reeled it in and just made the house call. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. He's got to figure something out. He's got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the right. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32. First down for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. At the 20, he's got space. Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. He's now up to 70 yards rushing, and he is a virtual lock to have a 1,200-yard season. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cuse. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Quarterback on the keeper. On the move at the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up.
And that's another first down.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Quick strike complete. Headed to the end zone. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. If this offense wants to stay in this game, they have to punch it in on this drive. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll throw it. Got it! And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. So now on comes the field goal unit. The distance is no problem, but this angle from the left can test you. It's good. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll go to the ground. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. On 3rd down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A 1st down for the offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They'll go right back to it. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Caught over the middle. It's Allen. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Sooner. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Back to the ground game on the left. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Levis. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They go right back to it. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Here's the handoff. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll leave it with the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Going for it all. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Orange. That might be the proverbial 4th-quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. On the move from inside his spot. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Syracuse. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'll be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's taking a deep shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The Sooners want to move quickly. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
It leads to second down.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Cuse. How about that D coming up with a play like that? They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it.